Have you gone to the store, go to the cookie aisle, get your Oreos, and realize there's a lot of sugar in them? Have you ever wondered if you could ever eat Oreos without the sugar? Don't you worry, zero sugar Oreos are here. Hey there, I'm Kelvin, the host of Bitetells, where we bite into the food and we tell you what we think. Today, we're going to be comparing regular, ordinary Oreos to zero sugar Oreos, including double stuff Oreos to zero sugar double stuff Oreos. Will they taste the same? Do they taste a little bit different? We'll find out in this video. Starting with the classic Oreos. Here's the packaging for the regular Oreos. They come in these rows, and we'll be counting how many cookies they give you in a regular Oreo. Here are the Oreos. They are stacked in rows, as you can see. Let's count how many there are inside.
A lot of boring math later.
They give you 3 rows. Each row is 11, which means there are 33 cookies in here. Here's the packaging for the zero sugar Oreos. As you can see, they're a bit more different. I believe they're scrambled in here, and so we'll see what they look like. Hang on a second. There's a little slit here. Let's see how this works. There we go. Here's what it looks like inside. It looks like they give you 2 cookies each. Here's a better look at the packaging. Let's count how many of these are in here.
A few inches later.
For every zero sugar Oreo cookies, they give you 10 of these. And each packet comes in 2 Oreos. Therefore, they give you 20 Oreos in each packet. Let's open them up and compare them with the regular Oreos. Here they are. Could you tell the difference? One is darker compared to the other one. But which is zero sugar? This one's zero sugar. This one's the regular one. Based on how my fingers feel, the cookies feel a bit more softer compared to the other ones. They feel a bit harder on my fingers. Here is the regular one. Let's twist and pull. Here it is, the cream. Pretty ordinary for regular Oreos. Here is the zero sugar Oreo. Let's twist and pull. The cream feels a bit more tough, more stickier in this one. But here it is. It looks like they gave me the perfect amount of cream compared to the regular. But you could probably argue that this one's more squished compared to this one. It's kind of hard to tell, but these say zero sugar, like zero Oreo sugar. And these is just Oreo. Also, the smell is very different. I smell like a chocolate baked cookie in this one, and the zero sugar, I rarely smell anything. We'll now be tasting the regular cookie. The regular cookie has that classic crunch and cocoa waver, as well as the cream being very sweet and smooth, just like a regular Oreo. I'll be drinking water to not confuse the regular Oreos with the zero sugar Oreos. Now for the zero sugar Oreos. If I was given this Oreo, I would have thought this tasted like the regular Oreo. But since I compared zero sugar to the regular Oreo, I could say there is a bit of a difference. Number one, the cookie has a harder texture, making you bite a little bit more. The cream is sweet, but you could tell it has an alternative sugar that isn't sugar. And the cream kind of gives this bit of a cooling factor in your mouth. But overall, not bad. We will now be trying the regular Oreo and zero sugar Oreo dipped in milk. Here's the cup we'll be using to pour our milk and dip our Oreos. Here is the milk. Here is the regular Oreo going in. Like a regular Oreo, it gets soaked up very well because the cookie is very soft. Going in. The regular Oreos soaked in very well. Mixing in the cocoa and the milk and the cream gives it a nice balance. We'll now be using the same milk I dipped the regular Oreos in with the zero sugar, so hopefully the crumbs don't mix in. Anyways, let's try the zero sugar Oreo with milk. I'm not sure it's easy to tell, but the wafer is not absorbing the milk as much. It's taking a little longer to absorb the cookie. Zero sugar Oreo cookie dipped in milk going in. With the milk, they gave the sugar alcohols that are the alternatives to making you think eating sugar last a little bit longer in your mouth. But fortunately, it's not unsettling, but you do feel it. In addition, the cookie that doesn't want to soak in the milk, giving it this dusty taste. But regardless, despite it being zero sugar, it is very good and almost similar to the regular Oreos. I gotta say, I appreciate that they put the zero sugar cookies in the small packets and giving you 2 of them. Compared to the regular ones, you have to buy a big package, and every time you have this big package, you just open it and get as much as you want. We will now try the double stuffed Oreos and the double stuffed zero sugar Oreos. Here are the double stuffed Oreos. Let's open them and see how much they give you.
Eventually.
Here are the double stuffed Oreos. Once again, they give you 3 rows. However, they give you 9 cookies in each row, totaling up to 27 Oreo cookies, compared to the regular ones, give you 33 cookies. Here is the double stuffed Oreo, and here it is compared to the regular Oreo. Here's the double stuffed Oreo from the inside. We're gonna twist and pull. Oh, I broke it, but here it is. Now for the double stuffed zero sugar Oreos. Here's what it looks like inside. We're gonna count how many packets they give you.
You get the idea.
Here is the packaging for the double stuffed zero sugar Oreos, giving you 2 cookies. Ironic enough, they give you 11 packets. Compared to the regular zero sugar Oreos, I got 10 packets. So they gave me 22 zero sugar double stuffed Oreos. Let's open them up and compare them to the regular double stuffed Oreos. Here is the zero sugar double stuffed Oreo. Here side by side, the regular, the zero sugar. Once again, the regular is lighter compared to the darker wafer. About the same height is the zero sugar double stuff compared to the zero sugar regular. They look almost the same. I promise you, there's more filling than this one. Let's see if we could twist and pull this one. There we go. Here's what the filling looks like. Here it is compared to the regular, zero sugar. We'll now be biting into the regular double stuffed Oreo and zero sugar double stuffed Oreos and see how they taste. Double stuffed Oreo. Once again, cookie perfect, filling, just a bit more filling, pretty good. Zero sugar Oreo double stuffed. Let's go. I like to say, when you try to squeeze the regular Oreos, you have to put in a bit of pressure to have the filling come out. But when it comes to the zero sugar, it comes out very easily. Once again, the zero sugar has that bite in a little bit harder on the chocolate wafer. The filling has this sweetness that doesn't taste like sugar, but tastes sweet. And overall almost tastes like the Oreo. I think Oreo is hoping that you'll try their zero sugar with the whole cookie. Because if you try it with just the cookie or just the filling, you will not have a nice experience. Because the cookie has this strange flour fiber taste, while the filling just has a unique taste that tries to replicate sugar. We'll now be trying out the double stuffed regular Oreo and the zero sugar Oreo dipped in milk. Here's the double stuffed regular Oreo going in. Going in. Once again with the milk, perfect. Now the zero sugar double stuffed Oreo dipped in milk. Going in. Once again, the zero sugar Oreos. The wafer has a bit of a conflict with the milk, making this dusty, tasty cookie. While the filling, since it's not sugar, you taste this conflict with fake sugar and real sugar within the milk, not blend in well with each other. But once again, if you gave me the zero sugar Oreos and told me they were regular Oreos, I would have never knew. If you guys want to try these Oreos, you guys could get them at Walmart, Target, or your local store. For me, at H-E-B. Shout out to Texans that know this grocery store. What are my overall thoughts with the regular Oreos compared to the zero sugar Oreos? Obviously with the iconic Oreos, it has a nice balance when it comes to the sweetness with its cookie and the filling. And when it is dunked in milk, it soaks very well. Whereas the zero sugar Oreos have this sharp and intense alternative flavor that tastes very sweet, with the cookie having a bit of a harder crunch to bite into and takes a little bit longer to soak in milk, with this cooling taste with the filling. With the regular Oreos, I paid about $8.96, whereas the zero sugar Oreos were $4.97 and extremely limited. I got one of the last packets of zero sugar Oreos at my local store. Is the zero sugar Oreos worth it? As an alternative to eliminate sugar intake, these are worth it. But I would suggest to eat 2 at a time, because if you eat these in one sitting, you'll taste a horrible aftertaste when it comes to these zero sugars. Compared to the regular Oreos, you'll have no issues relating to any weird tasting chemicals within their cookies. So I'll be giving the zero sugar Oreos as a whole, both regular and zero sugar stuff, a 7 out of 10. If you were to give me these Oreos, the zero sugar, and tell me they were just simply Oreos, I would not tell the difference. But since I had them both side by side, the regular ones taste slightly better compared to these zero sugar Oreos. Now, just for fun, I'm gonna do something I never really do in these videos. Right here, I have the Mega Stuff Oreo. This was given to me by a friend, and this is the regular Mega Stuff Oreo. But there is no Mega Stuff Zero Sugar Oreo. So we'll be making our own zero sugar double stuff Oreo and see how that goes.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
And here is our Mega Stuff Zero Sugar Oreo, but we're gonna try. Regular Mega Stuff Oreo going in. Once again, the filling is very sweet and smooth, overpowering the cookies since it's a lot of filling. Now for the Mega Stuff Zero Sugar Oreos. I could see why they did not make a zero sugar mega Oreo, because it would be very unnecessary since the filling is the main thing you will be tasting. You just taste the alternative of sugar. I suppose to end it off, we're just gonna dip these two in milk and we're gonna eat it all together. This concludes the Bitetells video. Thank you for watching. If you have any snacks or fast food you would like me to try, leave them in the comments. I'll love to read them. And I'll see you in another food review. Goodbye. For those that decided to stick around to know what my reaction was, they taste like Oreos, nothing bad.